Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Fright Mic podcast. Or if you're new here, welcome. I'm Sam.
I'm Liz.
And it is a new month, which means new theme over here on the podcast. And we are taking a wrong turn, which is funny considering the movie. For the end of the year, we're not going seasonal horror. We're not going Christmas horror. We're taking the wrong turn.
The back roads.
The back roads. We are on the road again. And the first movie, Wrong Turn from 2003, not to be confused with Wrong Turn, the remake, which was caca doo-doo.
You know what? I would have never guessed that we were going to be doing Wrong Turn based on all of those clues.
Based on how many times I said wrong turn in 2 seconds.
You mean the beginning of the final girl white tank top renaissance?
My God.
It only goes up from here.
I know. Does it go up or down?
Well, depends on the remake.
That's true. And the girl.
And the girl.
And the acting. Yeah. Miss Wrong Turn from 2003 over here.
Miss Wrong Turn.
Miss Wrong Turn USA.
Which spawned so many sequels, which I have seen none of them.
30, I swear. Yeah.
I heard that they only get worse.
Well, that's a feat considering this is not good.
I don't mind this movie as much.
I got bones to pick.
So
much
do they.
Like the cannibals.
So do they.
Like, I do. This is one of those classic movies where I'm like, oh, I remember enjoying Wrong Turn. And then I watch it critically. And the entire time I'm just thinking, no. No. Bad. Awful. No. But I'm sure, like, also it's fun to watch with people. And this is a movie that, like my husband, he throws on when we're going to sleep. You know, it's soothing somehow.
The screams of the victims lulls me into a sleep.
Well, because this movie is let's say a cool 90 minutes.
That's
right?
true. It is a tight 90 minutes, and we love a tight 90 minutes.
It's a 90-minute feature film in which I would say probably 40 minutes of that are shots of just white people walking in nature.
Yeah.
And big, like, overview shots of the Appalachian mountain area.
It's peaceful.
Yeah. So, falling asleep to it, I'm like,
Yeah.
Nothing good happens outside of the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's like, I think I don't mind this movie, but like I said, I haven't bothered to watch any of the sequels after it. But I will say I don't think it's like the best of the early 2000s movies. Mm-hmm. You know, not the best white tank top. Even though I love Eliza Dushku.
Yeah, but she plays herself.
Yeah,
we have Eliza Dushku playing Missy from Bring It On,
which girl crush.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Well, Missy from Bring It On, yes.
Yeah.
Or. I don't remember her name, but she was in Eliza Dushku was in The New Guy, and she had that bikini try-on montage scene.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I don't think I mean, I'm definitely not saying she's ugly.
Yeah,
I'm just saying there's
she
no.
Was the final girl,
but there's no like. I feel like all three roles, she's like the hot, kind of bitchy, comes around to the guy kind of character. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah.
The range.
That's true.
The range is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I still love her.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm here for her. And then Desmond Harrington, who has been featured on this podcast before in our Ghost Ship episode.
Ghost Ship. There's a few people in this movie that have been on this podcast before. Mm-hmm. A couple on and here have been in the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Oh, yeah, Lindy Booth,
yeah, who plays Francine, and then her boyfriend Evan.
Yeah,
they were both in the Dawn of the Dead remake, which we covered, and Lindy Booth was also in Cry Wolf.
She was. That was the first thing I ever saw her in, And ever since, like, that was such a, I guess, like a life-defining movie.
Yeah.
When I first saw it. And she's such a bitch in that movie that
Dodger.
God. Yes, Dodger. Every time I see her, I'm like, you.
I know. She's such a fucking snake.
Yeah. Although she's Night Bitch in Kick-Ass too.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Dude, but going back to Cry Wolf is so, and I know we did an entire episode like gushing about it. Cry Wolf is so good, so underrated.
Totally. Like, it was one of those movies when, like, back in the day, before streaming, when you just had movie channels and, you know, satellite TV or whatever, it would be on at least one of the movie channels on a pretty consistent basis. And I didn't care where in the movie I came in at. I would click on it and I would just watch it all the time.
So good.
So fucking good. Oh, it's so good. Even to this day, I don't care. Who's going to say something rude about it? I don't care. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, man.
Speak it into a vial, cork it, and throw it into the ocean. I don't want to hear your shit.
Yeah. I'm not going to take any. We're not taking any Cry Wolf slander here.
And then, I don't know how to say her last name, but Emmanuelle Chiriqui? She's Carly in this. I don't think we've talked about her on the podcast before, but
I don't think so.
She's Claire Bonner from Snow Day. Love her.
It's from such fare.
From such fine fare. Snow Day. And Waiting.
Oh, okay. I love Waiting, though.
She's the bartender. And then Jeremy Sisto is her fiance.
Who will always be fucking Cliff from
Of
Clueless.
course. Left my cranberry seed in the library.
I go get it. No.
But he's also
I know he's in a million other things, but I just always think of him as
I agree.
Fucking Cliff. It's Cliff, right?
Wait, no, Elton.
Elton.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did Cliff come from?
Who's Cliff?
I don't know. Elton.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, because I remember Brittany Murphy saying Elton.
Yeah, or Cher. God, Elton, can you suck? Well, I think of him as Elton in Clueless, but also the scuzzy boyfriend of Holly Hunter in 13. Also,
oh yeah,
career-defining movie for myself.
Man,
yeah, and I'm sure many other women like me.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a stacked cast, honestly.
Yeah, honestly. They've all been in other things.
Yeah. And so I guess let's get into it. Well, let's do the scores first, I suppose.
Oh,
right?
The score on IMDb is a 6.1 out of 10.
Over on Rotten Tomatoes, the score has settled at 41%. So,
all right,
not terrible.
Yeah, pretty mid.
We've done worse. Yeah,
boy, have we done worse.
Yeah, we've done scraping the bottom of the barrel sometimes.
Yeah,
but basically, I think it's hysterical. So, like, this group of actors and actresses specifically, I think it's so funny because we are intro to this movie through Desmond Harrington, who plays Chris, and he decides he does not want to sit in an hours-long delay on the highway to get to Raleigh. He's in West Virginia, and he has to be in Raleigh by 6 because he's got some sort of interview. And he doesn't want to wait in the clusterfuck that is traffic, so he takes a turn, right? The wrong turn.
as you do.
Let's talk about this guy. He's a doctor. We are given several clues in this movie, like he's a doctor. Why does he follow the world's jankiest, like, it's like
the rest stop map?
Yes. Well, first of all, the rotted sign that says, like, gas this way.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Sorry. It makes me so upset I sneezed. Yeah, that rotted half plank of wood that says, like, gas this way. And he says, okay, follows that. And then, follows that map after speaking to a man with approximately 2 teeth.
I think that it would take, at least for me personally, who is directionally challenged, it would take me longer to figure out a back way to go as opposed to just sitting in traffic. Because then you run the risk of getting lost, you know, especially in unfamiliar territory. Yeah. I'd rather just always stay on the main road.
And this was filmed back in 2003, so a time pre-smartphones, and also
The MapQuest directions were getting printed.
Yep. Well, and also when it was still acceptable for movies to like have a call, like a signal drop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because there weren't cell towers.
Because our brick Nokia phones were not super great.
Yeah. No AT&T up in here.
No service.
Yeah. No Verizon. Can you hear me now? Type shit.
And honestly, like this is just again, you know, like the white tank top renaissance. Also the let's take a back road shortcut renaissance. You know, we're gonna talk about it a lot this month. So
So gird your loins, gird your tank tops,
and it's never good.
No,
it's just never good, guys. No. Just stay on the main road.
Well, right, especially because, like I said, this man with at least one good tooth and one half rotted tooth says, "Oh, that because he's like, oh, how about this road? It looks like it connects with the highway, like 15 miles up." And this guy's of no help, and so he decides to just take, I guess, this man's advice, if you want to call it that. And he crashes because he gets distracted by roadkill.
Yeah, the dead deer.
Smashes into the rear of this car that's parked in the middle of the road, but hits it so hard. Both cars are basically effed. And isn't he just so lucky to come across, what is it, 4? Or 5 of some of the best looking people you've ever seen?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
What are the chances?
What are the chances?
In that area?
Young.
In the mountains of West Virginia.
Right. In the rural areas. Like, can you imagine?
The backwoods.
Yes. Like, this movie would be totally different if he slammed into, like, I don't know, a fucking woody wagon, and it was 4 senior citizens. Yeah, like the fucking wood paneled, like, and they're like, what in the hell? What tarnation? This movie would be totally different.
That's true.
Yeah, but instead they're hot. They're in shape. He's also, would you say, like, hot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all good looking people.
Just 6 hot people looking for help.
Yeah, they're kind of standing around, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that they can't really do much because there's razor wire covering the tires of one of the cars. That's why they're flat.
And we got to talk about Eliza Dushku's entrance because, come on. Like,
yeah.
So he, like, and I love Jeremy Sisto's character. He's like, oh my God, dude, I saw that crash. Oh, did you? Did you see it? He's like, yeah, that looked like it sucked really bad. Are you all good? And everyone else is kind of like pissed off. And he's like, well, why the fuck were you stopped in the middle of the road? And then out of nowhere, big bouncy boobies and a white tank top come. And she's like a heart. She's like, because of this. Look at this, guys. And it was tied to a tree. Someone did this. It's like, oh, okay.
Jesse.
Right. Scooby and Shaggy over here solving the mystery. And through context clues, we find that she's a little rougher on the edges because she just went through a breakup.
Oh, yeah. Nothing is more dangerous than a bitter woman.
Although she seems to cling to Chris real fast.
Yeah, that's true.
I also had to crack up. So at one point, the group splits up, right? The group at large splits up.
Because they always do.
Because they always do. And at one point, they come across like a dead end. And it just kind of like overlooks a cliff, right? Did you pick up this shot? Because like we'll go back a little bit, but they're just obviously looking over like a cliff that just overlooks trees. She puts her foot up on the guardrail and like leans over as if like, what are you looking for, Columbus?
She's staking her claim.
What's this stance all about?
Or she's peeing.
True. Or she's like, oh, this hot stranger. Maybe I'll just. Look at my little stretch.
I gotta stretch my calves.
Look at that.
But we're working overtime
stretch.
in this fucking white tank top.
See these hips? Look at how far down they go. Can you believe?
Hey,
can you just believe?
I believe.
Yeah, I'm a believer. Yeah. It's wild. But that's the thing about this movie is
everyone's way too good looking.
Everyone's too good looking, and nothing fucking happens to the point where I'm noticing her leaning over a guardrail like an asshole, because it's just shots of the woods.
Well, you know that something bad is gonna happen because before the movie even starts, we get a cold open with that couple that's like rock climbing.
Yeah.
And the husband gets got and then she gets got with razor wire.
Yeah.
And then we get the whole clip montage of the
Mountain
the
men.
mountain men.
What are they up to?
The disfigured mountain men. Yeah. Wait, mountain men. What's up with that?
Exactly. Mountain men, also known as my sister. No, I'm just kidding. Can't confirm they're real. Wasn't the Geico spokesperson those cavemen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So easy wait, what was that? It's so easy a caveman could do it type shit. That's Geico?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the gecko?
Fuck, I don't know. Yeah,
the gecko is there too.
what's that? It's so easy a cave. You get it.
Yeah.
That's the
I think it was
mountain men's.
Geico.
Yeah, that's the mountain men's right here.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Irrelevant.
But a lot fugglier.
The cavemen or the cannibals in this?
The cannibals.
Yeah, I refer to them as hillbillies, but I feel like that's unfair. They're cannibals.
I mean, they're something. They're cannibal mountain men.
They're gross. They look like fleshy. They look like real life versions of like orcs from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and I think it's because Stan Winston had his say in it. He had some
like character design.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Stan Winston was involved in, like, I think it was what's the one's name? Sawtooth.
Oh.
Yeah. So he had he took part in like the creation or design of Sawtooth.
You know what's so sad? They are credited as having names, but they're never referred to by name, so I don't know which one is which in the movie.
Got
Do
it.
you?
When I was like rewatching it, I kind of remember, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I just every time I would pause because it is currently, at least at the time of recording, streaming on Amazon Prime. For those of you who don't own it and would care to rewatch this, anytime I would pause it, it would just say like Sawtooth, One Eye, Carly, you know what? But like half of them wouldn't be on the screen, so I'm always confused.
Yeah.
As to who's who.
That's true.
It really doesn't matter at the end of the day.
No.
But that's interesting that he had a hand in Sawtooth. Also, coolest name.
Hell yeah.
With all these people, we have children named like Grayson, Apple. What are some of the other ones? I don't know, Carly. It's so unfair to Graysons and Carlys, but like with all these
Sawtooth.
like almond mom names.
Yeah, I think that we should be naming our kids Sawtooth.
Yeah, Sawtooth.
I don't know. The rest of them don't have great names, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Our main characters.
Three Finger.
Oh.
And One Eye.
Well.
Well.
Seems sexual. Three Finger, One Eye.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I mean.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That is interesting though about Sawtooth.
Yeah.
The character.
Just a little fun fact.
Yeah.
That's why it's so elaborate.
Well, and back to the rock climbers in the beginning. It truly doesn't matter, but I find it hysterical that the girl who's, I guess, going down the mountain or whatever, she cuts her rope or she cuts something to free herself and then is trying to swing over to another rope, and she's grasping on to like the rocks or whatever. I just feel like you'd have to be a pretty avid, experienced rock climber to do this, and she seems to be really struggling.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with like the movie or anything, but
and they were on a steep cliff for them to be like doing that not professionally.
Right. That's why I'm like, okay.
And the fact that like the husband or whoever, boyfriend, he gets killed and then just yeeted off the cliff.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that's pretty wild.
Like a sack of flour.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so we already know that shit's gonna like go down.
And then our first truly exciting scene of the movie, minus the cold open, is Lindy Booth's character. What's her name? Francine. And her boyfriend Evan. They hang back to smoke, and also they like fool around.
Yeah.
Sexually. And
they fool around sexually.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, well, because fooling around. Maybe they're playing hide and seek. You don't know.
I guess. I don't know why my mind already goes to like
they fool around.
They be fucking.
Yeah.
fucking in the backwoods.
It's like that Key and Peele sketch. I
Yeah.
hit that sexually.
I hit that with my car.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, something hits Evan because after he gets a classic BJ, first of all, his girlfriend is straight up lying to him about not only having food, but not having, like, you know, because they're going through Chris's car. Mm-hmm. She was like, no, he's got no food and no cigarettes, as she's eating his food and smoking his cigarettes. But then she finds his ear and freaks out, and then is attacked with razor wire through
via
the mouth.
Yeah, this is, they really like razor wire in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
This shit looks painful.
They use it like a garrote, and I always wonder if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, like that wire thing. Enjoy the podcast, like what you hear, and you want to hear more? Well, you're in luck. We have a Patreon. That's right. If you don't know, we talk about new movies on our Patreon. We do monthly rewinds, so that way you can find out what we are watching between our main episodes. Sometimes we craft spooky cocktails to match our theme of the month, and watch parties galore. So much fun over there. Head over to patreon.com/Fright Mic podcast to check that out. Again, if you want to hang out with us a little bit more, then support us over on patreon.com/Fright Mic podcast. And we'll love you forever. Okay, bye.
Oh god,
Yuck.
But the fact that it goes like it's around her mouth and then they just fucking keep sawing. Yeesh, man, there's some fucking kills in this movie.
Oh, sure.
This isn't the best one, but still pretty rough.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess. I'm thinking about it. I'm like,
I know.
oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
could see
guess.
the wheels turning in your head. Like, what other ones are there?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the one.
You know, I do know the one. But again, so back to the other, the foursome, the fantastic foursome, because they're hiking and they find the nastiest cabin.
Oh my god. Okay, I need to talk about this.
We do need to talk about it.
We need to talk about this. So the group find a suspicious looking cabin. Red flag number 1. It's a cabin.
It's a cabin in the woods.
and it's just fucking
There are
condemned.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, just rough.
like the Devil's Rejects type shit.
Oh yeah. Red flag number 2, the sheer amount of rusty vehicles on the lot, on the property. So they go inside this cabin, and red flag number 3 is a bowl that's just full of car keys.
Yep.
Yeah. And sunglasses.
And so,
Suspicious amount of sunglasses.
personal items.
And I just want to point out, red flag number 4, the jar of jaws.
Yes.
And teeth.
The jar of human teeth in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, this. Well,
And yet they're still fucking around.
This bitch Carly. I got a major fucking problem with this scene, and we'll talk about it.
You stood up for
I
it.
had to stand up for this because they walk in to a crusty cabin, like you said. The curb appeal is not great. And they still decide to go in, and they do what white people do. They
don't mind their business.
Yes, they very much don't mind their business. They ignore obvious signs of danger, and they do. So Carly is so irritating because she's like, I have to pee, but then stands there and actively doesn't look for a bathroom and bitches at her boyfriend to find her a bathroom. Bitch, if you gotta pee so bad, find a corner.
Go
no
in
one
the
is
woods.
gonna. Yes,
like normal people.
like a normal person. And the whole point of them going inside is to look for a phone. They do what white people do, and they touch
Snooping.
every item in this home that clearly isn't a phone. Why are you touching this rusty hoarder hellhole? Why are you touching anything in here?
Yeah. Why would you even want to pee in there?
Exactly.
Not in that crusty toilet.
God, no. And then, like you said, there's a jar of jaws
A jar of jaws and teeth and human parts.
behind the toilet, or like in the bathroom at least. And that doesn't raise any serious red flags. And then Chris opens a refrigerator and sees jars of human innards, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like very, very clearly serial
People.
killer stuff. Yes,
People parts.
people parts. And his face is unmoving, unflinching. And I forget what exactly it is that he picks up. He still doesn't seem bothered by it. And then Jessie in the other room, she finds, I don't remember what she finds exactly.
The razor wire.
Oh, yeah.
Because then they're like, oh, they're the ones who sabotage us to get us here. And they still won't leave.
And they still won't. And I just love that of all of the things in this home, the razor wire is the thing that you got. God, guys.
I'm surprised.
Guys, we're in danger and we gotta get out of here. But you know, surprise, surprise, the hillbillies have come home.
The cannibals have showed up with a very dead Francine.
and their 2 cars in tow.
And their 2 cars, and they just fucking hack her up.
And they eat her leg.
Yeah. And they are so tired from hacking away that they take a little snooze.
And it's only then that they're able to escape in a scene that I actually do enjoy.
It's very tense.
Tense. It is tense.
Because of that fucking door thing. The hinge thing.
Yeah.
Whatever
the
it's called.
spring.
The spring.
The spring thing. Yes. And stupid Carly again. She's kicking buckets and she's gasping. Like, what is wrong with you, ho?
Making the most amount of noise.
Yes. Like seeing her friend who's half eaten, but you already knew that she was half eaten because you watched from the closet, and yet you got to walk by her body and go,
right, exactly.
You know?
Well, then they run out to that other field that has even more rusted out cars, so you know this is like a full-blown operation that's been going on for quite some time.
And I just love that they ask the obvious questions to no one in particular. They're like, how do they get away with this? Well, look where you're at.
They're getting away with it.
Yeah, exactly. Seems like they're not in danger of being found. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And the cannibals are coming in their tow hitch truck. I don't even know what you call their truck.
You know, cannibal truck.
Yeah, of course.
Cannibal backwoods truck. It's in every movie.
Yeah, of course. I guess it's a tow truck, right? It's a tow because they were towing cars with it.
Yeah,
we'll call it a tow.
That's like the best operation for a cannibal in the backwoods.
True.
Your tow truck company, because you know, first you sabotage them, then you're like, well, I'm the only help that you have.
It's me or that town of wax people up.
I was gonna say
road.
it's the same. This is the same scheme they had going on for House of Wax.
Yup.
They're all working together.
It's true. They're all in on this shit. The small town shit. And
I told you they was organized.
They so like they see the cannibals coming, and Chris comes up with a plan. You know, hey, they left the truck running. What? Someone has to distract them while the rest of us go and get the truck. And he says he'll do it. And so he runs in one direction, gets shot in the leg like an idiot.
Stupid.
Yeah. While Jeremy Sisto's character, who's Scott, right? He runs in a different direction. And so they go to chase him, and the girls immediately go to Chris's rescue and help him hobble over to the truck.
Where did they find Evan's body?
Yeah.
Eesh.
Yeah, what a shame. How are they all riding in there, though? Were they sitting on top of him?
Must have been.
Right, because he just flops on out of there.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, that truck doesn't look big enough for
4
people. Yeah. And I gotta talk about Chris's leg. I'll talk about Chris's leg later, because there was another movie that we covered. Stage Fright. Where someone gets injured and they're like, I can't move it.
I can't possibly move. Next scene, they're just fucking booking it.
Yes, they're doing they're at like the Olympic level.
The most.
Yeah, exactly.
They're doing the most.
Yes.
Yeah, but unfortunately, our boy Scott gets quite a hefty amount of arrows to the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he don't make it.
Damn. Another reason Carly pisses me off, because she's watching her fiance get like 3 to the chest, or I guess the back, through the chest, and she's like, let me out, because Chris will not let her out. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Why do you want out?
Exactly.
What the hell do you think you're gonna do? That's her in every scene where she's like, she's really thinking she's gonna do something and throw a tantrum, and it's like, why? What do you think you're gonna do? Yeah, she's not smart.
Yeah.
I hate her. I love the actress, but I hate her.
Yeah, they don't. They make her just insufferable.
Like whiny, yeah.
Real whiny, yeah.
And
but it's like, then I go back to like, if I was in this situation, I feel like I would be like, I don't know. I want to believe that I'd be like, yeah, fuck it. I'm going to learn how to shoot this crossbow on the fly and like get a direct hit. But then I'd probably be like,
yeah, right.
Like fucking comatose.
That's the thing. I think adrenaline would take over for sure. Because I kept thinking about this too. I don't think I would necessarily figure out how to use a weapon or anything like that.
But I wouldn't be a whiny little bitch.
Right. Because the way that she, like when they're hiding and Chris is watching like the blood drip closer to him, the guy's reaching for the bullet, whatever, he doesn't move, he doesn't make a sound, he's very calm, cool, collected. He sees people's bodies, he keeps it moving.
Yeah.
Carly, every opportunity she can to be dramatic and loud and go, oh,
there's always
takes
one.
it. Yes. And like I would think if I were in that situation, like I said, the adrenaline would take over. And let's say I was going to get in a car to get away and a friend's body flopped out. Honestly, none of my business. My brain's going to take that, put it in the back. We'll revisit that later. But for now, we're compartmentalizing. We're getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Right? I will have years of therapy to cry about the fact that I saw my friend's body flop out of the car.
I'll be traumatized, but at least I'll be on my way.
Yes, I don't have time to wait. Unfortunately, it looks like you've died. I'm moving on. You know, like, what am I going to do for this? For you?
With and without your body.
Yeah, I'm not going to cradle the dead body and be like, why?
Yeah.
I'm busy running for my life, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's that fight or flight mode.
Yeah. And we already know it's strong in me.
Yeah, so they take their truck and they go and basically they get stuck in like the mud pits and there's like a downed tree, so they have to continue on foot. And then they run into a bunch of bear traps and fucking wild shit. Man, these cannibals really got a full-blown operation going here.
They do.
They've thought of everything.
Yeah, in like a 10-mile radius, they're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get it all. It's like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Gotta catch them all. All the hikers.
True. I feel like they should have done a better job hiding all the cars that they confiscated.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It's like, why you gotta be so in my face about it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's
They
just
should
like
have pulled
very
it from
obvious.
dusk till dawn situation.
But clearly it doesn't matter because there's people just walking on into their house, so...
Yeah, honestly,
whatever.
They did invade that person's home.
Yeah. So these kids are the villains.
Exactly. And I don't feel bad for what happens to them.
But they do find the watchtower, which, oh my god, them climbing up to this watchtower with this green screen in the background.
Hysterical.
Oh,
Hysterical.
it's so good.
I just love the way that they find the watchtower, too, because it comes at a moment where Chris is like, lay me down. I can't move. My leg. I gotta rest it. And then Carly goes, guys, look. And not even 3 feet from where this motherfucker has laid his head, there is a 40-foot watchtower.
You didn't see that watchtower?
Right.
And then he pushes them over and runs up himself.
Yeah, he hobbles up there with speeds that I couldn't move at with 2 good legs.
Right?
He basically floats to the top. Like he just discovered Paimon is, you know, there's like a whole fucking cast of naked people in there.
Yeah, all the naked old people that floated up to the top.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's 2 feet from where you laid your head, Dorothy. Fucking get up out of the poppy fields. Let's go. It's so funny. And they get up there. They find a radio.
The old radio.
And I just love, she's like, oh my god, a radio. Guys, it's a radio. It's ancient. Do you think it works? Have you hit power?
Mm-hmm.
Have you? Yeah.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Do you know how to work a radio? I can figure it out. I bet I could figure it out. The worst is when they leave it on, though.
They leave it on, and like they're trying to hide because then the cannibals are like, "Oh, look, a watchtower. Let's completely ignore it and keep looking for them." Mm-hmm. And then the radio goes off, giving away their position. So the cannibals come up and set fire to the to the joint.
Yeah.
To try to smoke them out, you know?
But they handled this thing so piss poorly because the cannibals decide that they're going to climb up into the watchtower. And I guess they do have weapons and such, but they also could have found something to, like, really... Like, I would have had that latch open.
Oh, yeah.
Because you climb up, I'm conking you on the head, you fall.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, I wouldn't have barricaded.
No, because they're stupid. Mm-hmm. Because they're stupid idiots.
I would have thrown shit down there. Threw all the radio at them while they're climbing up.
Thank you.
You get hit in the head with a radio, you down.
Mm-hmm. You're falling all the way down.
Don't even let them get to the top to burn it down.
Right, well...
But instead, they decide to barricade and then jump to, like, the nearest tree.
Mm-hmm. I thought for sure... Like, I remember the first time ever watching this, and they were standing there and it was quiet. I was like... Oh, they're gonna cut them down.
Ooh.
But they
started... Like Looney Tunes style?
Yeah, exactly. Just and the whole thing falls on its side. Yeah. Exactly. I was like, oh, they're gonna cut them down. I mean, but I was also, 2003, so I was 12, 13 when this came out.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
What did I know?
I didn't have that forethought.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, so they smoke them out, and they jump into the trees.
Yeah, like the canopies of the trees, and so they're, like, scaling that for a while. Until, and this is just chef's kiss. This is such a good kill. The way that this is shot is just incredible. The way that Carly eats it, literally. Oh,
hell yeah.
That cannibal gets a hold of the, axe?
Mm-hmm.
Straight to her mouth. And then it does this fucking crazy shot where it's like we get the front of it, of her face, with the axe through her mouth. And then the camera, like, moves upward to see down below, and we see that she's been, like, decapitated, basically. And we see her body falling in the background, hitting trees down the way.
So good.
What the hell?
I think this is the best kill.
It is the best kill.
This is the best kill, for sure.
Best shot killed.
Oh, my God, and she deserved it. That'll really shut her ass up.
Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. I know. Rest in pieces to Carly.
Damn.
I know. Now she can be with Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, and then from there it's like this movie's making me yawn because it's like there's action and there's nothing because then Jesse and Chris, I feel like it's so weird calling her Jessie. She doesn't look like a Jessie.
No, Jessie, like, lures with 3 fingers away and oh, yeah. This is when they set up that trap with the tree branch to swing right in front of them.
Yes. They launch his ass.
Now, that's some Looney Tunes shit right there.
Exactly. Like, why I oughta. They launch him. And I thought he was dead. But apparently not, because he comes back later.
Yeah, well, then they hide in the waterfall overnight. Mm-hmm. Cut to...
Trey romantic.
The next morning, they find the road.
Yeah, and they see the police car driving down it, right?
Exactly. And yeah, so they find the road, and then they, like, the cannibals were, like, staked out all night, clearly, like, looking for them, because there's, like, an axe that comes, like, almost at Chris's head. Gah.
I know. Kills that cop immediately.
Yeah, they steal Jesse. Mm-hmm. They kill the cop.
And then he hitches a ride. So Chris,
and this cop is just awful, too.
I know.
What do you mean? I know, because he's like, oh, I got your radio signal, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Well, I just like that he's answering a distress call, and then he shows up, and there's a man there who's like, hey, you gotta help me.
And he's like, what do you mean I gotta help you?
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
And I think he gets like an arrow through the eye or something.
He does.
And basically, Chris is hiding, but he essentially hitches a ride.
Under the car.
Uh-huh. And they take the car back, or I guess the orc cannibal thing takes the car back to the cabin where Jesse is tied up to a bed and is forced to watch them
like hack up that cop.
Yeah. Getting ready to cannibalize it. And then they're about to cut her up, but Chris comes and saves the day. And he kind of, it sounds so corny to be like, he beats them up.
Well, he throws the fire into the house to set it on fire, and then he drives the truck into their living room.
Yup.
That's a way to go.
That is a way to go. he gets Jesse mostly loose. But I mean, she acted so tough in the beginning of this movie, right? Where she was like, check this out, guys. We gotta do this, guys. Oh, we should keep moving. She's got her fucking leg up like she's, exploring the new land, John Smith style. But here at the end, every 5 seconds, she's like, gross!
Yeah.
Gross!
And I will say that, like
olive oil.
They fight these guys off for a while. And, like, it's like no matter what they do to them, these cannibals are, like, not dying.
Yeah. There must be something to eating human meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, like Jesse gets him with an arrow and he's still going strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a while for them to die because eventually they get out of the house and it explodes.
Yeah.
So
R.I.P. you think to the cannibals.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Right, yeah. Alleged victims.
And then we just see Chris and Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse.
They drive back to that road bus stop thing and they rip the gross ass map off the wall.
Now, do they do that to use it or so that no one will see the...
See, I interpreted both.
Mm-hmm.
So that nobody takes the back roads like they did.
Right? But also they need a map.
But also there's like 5 sequels to this movie, so clearly that don't work.
True, especially considering there's like a... Not quite mid-credit scene, but kind of like a mid-credit scene, like an early credit scene, where a couple police do show up, and a burnt-up cannibal shows up and is like, ah, and attacks them.
Yeah.
He looks so much like that orc from The Lord of the Rings, where it's, hold on, because I wrote it down, Grishnak, I think that's how you say it. He's the orc that in Lord of the Rings 2 Towers is with like Pippin and Merry.
Yeah.
And he wants to like eat them.
Yeah.
That's what that one
That
cannibal
ugly
looks
motherfucker.
like. Yeah, not hot.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this movie
not hot.
Yeah, definitely not hot. Not a hot orc. Or
as far as
cannibal.
Orcs go.
Yeah. I mean, not in my top 5, but so
I don't mind it though. I still like, I don't know. I think that there's some fun kills. Like I said, it's not my favorite of like the early 2000s like movies like this, but not terrible.
yeah.
Very mid.
It's very mid-tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't I don't know what to say about this. It's very mid. It's very mid-tier. But what would you rate it? What are your ratings for this movie?
I think there's worse.
Okay.
There's definitely worse. I will give it like a 2.75 out of 5.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
because I know that there's worse.
that's very fair, especially for 2003.
Mm-hmm.
It's like okay.
And that fucking kill is so good.
True.
God, that's like a half bump in itself.
I'm gonna give this movie a 2 out of 5.
Okay.
Mostly for that kill.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's 1 star for the kill, 1 star for the hot cast.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
1 star for Eliza Dushku.
Yeah.
Another star for that cool kill, and a half bump for the white tank top.
Of course.
No, half a star for the orcs.
For the orcs.
For the orcs.
Oh my god. Well, let us know what you guys think of Wrong Turn. Is this a 2000s guilty pleasure or is it a turd? Let us know.
The way that you said that, so matter of factly.
I mean,
or is it a turd?
I'm curious. It could be a turd. Sorry, I can't take it so seriously. Chat with us over on our Discord. And then if you guys do not follow us on social media, we are at Fright Mic Podcast on all platforms that are popular and or relevant. Some
or
maybe not even relevant.
MySpace, no.
Yeah, no, for real. MySpace.com/. And if you guys do have a few moments and you would be so kind as to rate our show 5 stars, leave a nice little comment, that would be greatly appreciated. This is the season of giving. We are in the holidays. Sharing is caring, all that
giving
good stuff.
people.
Yeah, it's giving.
It's giving.
It's giving. It's giving tree. Until next time, I'm Sam.
I'm Liz.
Rest in peace.